She's just a great person, has an incredible sense of humor, an amazing memory, and she's a fantastic storyteller.
Very modest person.
She's just a beautiful woman.
She planted an appreciation and a love for learning.
Her sense of humor, her intelligence, her philanthropic spirit were joys to behold.
Ann Spencer Daves has lived in Central Florida almost all of her life, with a brief exception of attending Florida State University. Ann earned her Bachelor of Science from the College of Education and returned home to serve her community as a public elementary school teacher for over 30 years. After retiring in the mid-90s, Ann and her husband John reconnected with FSU as supporters of student scholarships, professorships, and educational initiatives across campus.
I first met Ann shortly after I returned to the college, and it was a great opportunity to learn a lot more about her long-standing commitment to the college.
My connection to Ann began back in 1996, so I've known her 28 years.
Through some activities, we were affiliating with the College of Ed, volunteering on different missions, and that's how we met the Daves.
I walked into Shenandoah Elementary School, 4th grade in Orlando, Florida, and I was assigned to Ann Dave's 4th grade class.
Our first meeting was to talk about her first gift to FSU. And Martha Stewart, who was the development officer for the College of Education at the time, and I went and met with Ann there.
She's worked with a number of deans of the college, and it was great to see the long-term impact of her giving.
I walked in, clothes on, I had the brand new Florida State football shirt because it was that time of year, and she just walked up to me and said, "You're a Seminole?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." And she told me about her connection to Florida State and that she was one too, and she and I shared that bond to Florida State the whole time I've known her.
It was instant, and enjoying each other's company and sharing, especially from the education point of view. So it was a great connection from the very beginning.
It's been amazing to work with Ann over the years. I love hearing about her stories of her time at FSU, and she has some great stories from the classroom, from her days as a classroom teacher, and she really understands our college, I think, and the important mission that we play. She's really the biggest fan of our faculty, staff, and students. She wants the very best for us, but she also expects the very best from us, and I think that's important as we've had this great relationship over so many years.
We collaborated on that first gift, and then we collaborated on her second gift. And then at that juncture, I left FSU. However, Ann and I continued to stay in touch.
Our dealings with her and John were always very positive. I never heard them say a negative word about anyone, and it just felt comfortable being with them when we had that opportunity.
They're just good people. They were such good, down-to-earth people. They are, and is, and very caring about community, kids, and of course, Florida State University.
I remember her being extremely patient. Miss Daves was never the type to just tell you what you did wrong and throw it back at you. She'd sit down and say, "This is what you did right, this is where you do wrong, this is how you can improve." And I think the thing I remember most about her as a teacher was the patience she had to get us all where we need to be, that she didn't force us along. You don't remember much about 4th grade, but you remember how she treated you.
This gift is truly transformational in nature to the college. It represents a significant investment in our faculty, staff, and students, and positions us for a brighter future.
I think it's important to pass along to others the opportunities that we've had. And using Ann as an example, I mean, she has done so much for the college and for the students and for the faculty that it's just very impressive.
In your profession, it is really about giving back to the future of your profession. And that was pounded into my head many, many, many years ago. And I know Ann, that's exactly what she believes.
Being named the John and Ann Daves Professor is important to me because it elevates the study of teachers and the support of teachers. So it is another way to acknowledge that the work of teachers and their work with students in turn is important and is deserving of praise, and it's deserving of our attention.
I've encountered a great deal of financial challenges in my academic journey because from Nigeria, where I came from, I'm from a less financially buoyant family where my parents couldn't really afford to send me to one of the best schools. This scholarship has greatly helped me in easing my financial burden as regards my academics and also making my academic journey a less stressful one. I'm very grateful to the Ann Dave Scholarship for giving me this great opportunity to be able to focus solely on my academics.
Ann's gift has already touched more than 100 students. In every institution, such as FSU, that act of philanthropy is really, I consider it a covenant with the future. It's not that act at that moment, but it's the greater good that it can achieve in the future.
Research that occurs in higher education sparks innovation in society, but then our best products, of course, are our students. To have more innovative doctors and lawyers and nurses and social workers and chemists and so forth is truly important, and higher education is most proximal to that. One major aspect of all those professions is they're all connected to our college in one way or another. Our college is responsible for the entire K-12 pipeline. And if we're not successful in our critical mission, the other colleges at FSU don't even have a chance to fulfill their mission. Ann understands this important link, and she is consistently invested in it and understands that it's the key to a better society.
Because Ann is interested in the transformative power of education, I think it's important for me to talk about what I see as the role of education in transforming a student's life. As I was thinking about this question, I thought back to my mom. My mother, she didn't graduate high school. She didn't have that opportunity. And so throughout the lives of our young family, she made sure that all of us graduated high school. And I was the only girl of the four of us. And she made sure I went to college. And when I got married after I finished my BS, she whispered to me, "You better do something with this degree."
I'm so excited to have her name associated with the college for eternity, but I'm even more excited to have her example associated with our college, because it's impossible to know about Ann and know about her story and her selfless dedication to FSU and not end up questioning yourself at the end whether or not you should be doing more personally to help FSU. If I could say one thing to Ann, I think I would just tell her thank you for being you.
One thing I would love to say to Ann Daves, if I could, is how much I appreciate her own work as a teacher and the ways in which she has used the resources available to her to elevate the work of teachers.
I would say, Ann, thank you from the bottom of my heart for your love, your inspiration, your kindness, your generosity. You are a role model for all of us.
I think saying a mere thank you is not enough, but I want to say that I'm using this opportunity to say a very big thank you to appreciate the measurable effort the Ann Daves Fellowship has made towards making my academic career and my long-term and short-term goal to be a reality.
I would say thank you to Ms. Daves for not losing sight of the human. You know, in our world, when you go through thousands and thousands of students as an educator over time, she kept the human element alive. And I think in today's world in education, as Florida State continues to produce educators, which we're in desperate need of, someone like Ms. Daves getting the honor of having the college named after her is appropriate because we need people who build relationships with kids. Ann Daves was great about letting you know she cared about you and not just processing the next class through. She made you a human being and treated you as such, and you know, here we are all this time later. I've got gray in my beard and I'm talking about my fourth grade teacher with reverence.
She is a blessing to Florida State University and to the world of education.
Ann has done so much for the university. It's just impressive the way she cares about the students and the faculty and the school. And I can only say that as a graduate of Florida State University College of Ed, I'm very proud to say that I graduated from the Ann Spencer Daves College of Education at Florida State.
Thank you, Ann.
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 Thank you, Miss Daves. I know you're Ann now, but you'll always be Miss Daves to me. Thank you.